Very warm good evening to all. Yesterday we saw is the framing of the charge. Now, once the charge is framed, the next stage is always to continue with the trial. Now, when this trial goes on, it is very important that we should know what is there in the charge sheet and what is the statement given by the witnesses. These statements are recorded under section 161, 162 and 164 of CRPC. These are the three sections are very important. We'll see one by one. So you would know how to cross-examine and how also to make use of the statement which are recorded before the police. And what is the importance of the what police have statement recorded by the police. Now let's go to 161 CRPC. This is about the examination of witness by police. Any police officer making an investigation under this chapter or any police officer not below such rank as the state government may by general or a special order prescribe in this behalf acting on the requisition of such officer may examine orally any person supposed to be acquainted with the facts and circumstances of the case. Such persons shall be bound to answer truly all questions relating to such case put to him by such officer, other than questions, the answer to which would have a tendency to expose him to a criminal charge or a penalty to a forfeiture. Now, A1 is the police officer's power to ask any question, and the state government decides who will be asking the question. It may be any police officer not below the rank which the state government may decide. Also, the police officer may reduce into writing any statement made to him in the course of an examination under section. If he does so, he shall make a separate and true record of the statement of each person whose statement he records. So 161 is simply recording of the statement by the police, and if any person is giving any information which may incriminate himself, he may be also convicted. So the clear meaning of the same is that an accused statement cannot be recorded under section 161 because see, if he voluntarily gives the information, then it is fine, but police cannot force him that you have committed a crime, now you give a statement under section 161 CRPC. That is not the thing. Now there is one more important section, that is 162 CRPC. We will go through the same. Statement to police not to be signed. Now this is very important for lawyers to understand. See, the FIR, if you see, always the complainant or the first informant in this side. But in this 162 CRPC, witnesses का कोई signature नहीं होता है. कई बार नए वकील होते हैं, वो बोलते हैं witness का signature नहीं, इसका तो value नहीं. No. The statement before the police are not to be signed. There is a reason psychological behind it. अगर उनको sign करने बोले तो कोई पुलिस के सामने जाएगा ही नहीं. But nobody knows this. No statement made by any person to a police officer in the course of an investigation under this chapter shall, if reduced to writing, be signed by the person making. जो person बनाता, जिसने statement दिया है, उनका signature नहीं होगा. Nor shall any such statement or any record thereof, whether in a police diary or otherwise, or any part of such statement or record, be used for any other purpose save as hereinafter. Hereinafter कहा गया है कि आप cross examination के लिए use कर सकते हैं उसको, corroboration के लिए use कर सकते हैं. That is what आगे जो कहा गया है 162 CRPC का. So if you have to cross examine, you can always corroborate, for contradict, for taking out the omissions. कि आपने पुलिस के सामने ये बयान देता तो कोर्ट में ये बयान दे रहे हो, जब डिपोजिशन कोर्ट में होगा तो. So always remember 162 is also equally important as well as 161. Now next is the most important section, that is 164 CRPC. Now the difference between 161 and 164 CRPC का statement में, 161 statement is recorded by the police officer जिसको evidentiary value बिल्कुल भी नहीं है, there is no evidentiary value. But the recording of statement that is under section 164 CRPC is before the judicial magistrate, metropolitan magistrate, and they have a power to record it of oath. Now let's understand what is the difference between 161 and 164. 161, it is before the Police officer. Police officer does not have a power to give oath to any of the person. So it is like a simple statement. But any statement which is given before the judicial magistrate or the metropolitan magistrate, that is before the court, then it has got a evidentiary value, and it is actually it can be used for corroborating the it can be used for cross examination also, same way as we use the section 161. But to retract from 164 crpc is like very difficult for the litigant unless they have a given cogent reason for that. So always remember 164 crpc is more valuable, and it is got a very good or high evidentiary value on which conviction can also be based. In rape cases nowadays, after the Criminal Amendment Act came in, after Nirbhaya's case, rape matter, which was agitated all over the India, there were changes in the rape matters, rape charges and all that. Now here in this matter, if the matter statement recorded under section 164 CRPC, then you cannot retract it, and if you retract, you should have a very good ground for the same. Otherwise, the court believes that whatever you have said before the judge is the true and correct. Now 164 CRPC statement always recorded when rape matters, now it is mandatory after the amendment of 2013. Just a minute. Now we'll read 164 CRPC. Any metropolitan magistrate or judicial magistrate may, whether or not he has a jurisdiction case, जरूरी नहीं कि उसको jurisdiction हो, any near, or if it's a rape matter, most possible lady metropolitan magistrate के पास ले जाना होता है. He has a jurisdiction in that case. Record and any confession or statement made to him in the course of an investigation under this chapter or under any law, any other law, for the time being in force or at any time afterwards, before the commencement of the inquiry or trial, provided that no confession shall be recorded by a police officer on whom any power of a magistrate has been conferred under any law for a time being in force. Sometimes police are also given the magistrate powers, but they cannot record. The magistrate shall, before recording any such confession, explain to the person making that he is not bound to make a confession, मतलब उसको कोई जबरदस्ती नहीं है, that if he does so, it may be used as evidence against him. See, why it is unretractable. That is, it may be used as evidence against him, and the magistrate shall not record any such confession unless, upon questioning the person making it, he has a reason to believe that it is being made voluntarily. उसको पूछा जाता है, आप फोर्सफुली तो नहीं कर रहे हो, आप पे कोई प्रेशर तो नहीं है. If at any time before the confession is recorded, the person appearing before the magistrate states that he is not willing to make the confession, the magistrate shall not authorize the detention of such person in police custody. There is a possibility that the पुलिस ने फोर्स किया और वो कोर्ट में आके कन्फेशन देने को जा रही है, अब मैंने गुनाह किया. But when he comes before the magistrate, that is before the court, and the before presiding officer says, I am not willing to make a statement, then magistrate may not give the police custody to the same police people. See, here again, he may be sent to judicial custody. Next is, any such confession shall be recorded in the manner provided in section 281 for recording the examination of accused person shall be signed by the person making the confession, and magistrate shall make a memorandum at the foot of such record to the following field. I have explained too that he is not bound to make a confession, or that if he does so, and it is same like dying declaration में उसको explain किया गया है कि आप statement दे रहे हो और उसका footnote लिखा रहता है. He is not bound to make a confession, that if he does so, any confession he may be used as evidence against him, and I believe that this confession was voluntarily made. It was taken in my presence and hearing and was read over to the person making it and admitted by him to be correct. उसको वापस read किया जाता है and confirm किया जाता है कि it is correct and it contains the full and true account of the statement made by him. Any statement other than a confession made under subsection 1 shall be recorded in such manner hereinafter provided for the recording of evidence as is, in the opinion of the magistrate, best fitted to the circumstance of the case, and the magistrate shall have power to administer oath to the person whose statement is so recorded. The magistrate recording the confession or statement under section shall forward it to magistrate by whom the case is incurred or into or tried. Sometimes it is possible that the confession is recorded by a person or a magistrate in fact of not the same area. He or she may be from different area. Still, that confession is valid because there is no need to have a jurisdiction for recording the confession. Always remember that. Once a person says that I want to make a confession, maybe about the crime. Once a person's witness says that I want to make a confession about a crime committed, or I want to give some information. Once a complainant or the first informant or victim girl, mostly in the rape case, a victim girl says I want to make a confession, then she has to be. In rape cases now it is mandatory. So that was all about that. Today we go to the reading by Amit ji. This is the judgment by the Madras High Court. Sagunthala versus State, represented by 2010 matter. Amiji, please start reading here. Unmute yourself.
Thank you, ma'am.
Little loudly.
Judgment of the court was delivered by Justice K.N. Bhasa Shakuntala, who has been arraigned as a first accused out of two accused in this case, has come forward. Two accused in this case has come forward with this appeal challenging her conviction and sentence passed by the learned Principal Session Judge Trichy by the judgment dated 26 March 2010, SC number 88 of 2009. Conviction her for the offence under section 302 IPC and sentence her to life imprisonment and imposing in fine of 1,000 in default to rigorous imprisonment for a further period for 3 months. The learned Principal Session Judge Trichy by given the benefit of doubt to the second accused, acquittal him. Second, the accused faced the trial under the following backdrop. Prosecution witness number 2 is the wife of deceased, and prosecution witness number 3 and 4 are the son of deceased. And prosecution witness number 2, deceased. Prosecution witness number 2 was residing at Tilkana Nagar, Gandhi Nagar, KK Nagar. Prosecution witness number 3 is working as a Havaldar in the Indian Defence Service. Prosecution witness number 4 is working at Chennai. Prosecution witness number 5 is brother son of the deceased. Prosecution witness number 2 informed prosecution witness number 3 and 4 that the deceased has having illicit intimacy with accused number 1. B. On the faithful day of occurrence, 29 March 2009 at about 7:45 p.m. when accused number 1 and deceased reached the scene of occurrence in a motorbike. Both prosecution witness number 6 and prosecution witness number 7 inquired them since they are in position to beer bottles. Subsequently, accused number 1 and the deceased sat on a bridge wall near Sadavam Garden at Sangurichi to Mekudi. Accused number 1 mixed the cyanide poison with the beer and gave it to deceased and case to death. Sadan Mochi deceased on the spot. On the same day, at about 9:30 p.m., accused number 1 went to the office of prosecution witness number 1, village administrative office of Nagamangalam village. On the inquiry of VAOI, accused number 1 stated that though she was already married and blessed with 3 children, she is having illicit intimacy with the deceased for the last 2 years. Since the deceased was going sexual to- torture frequently, she has decided to kill him by the administering poison. Thereafter, she sought to help to of accused number two, who is Sadha Doctor. On 27 March 2009, accused number two gave two pocket of sodium cyanide to accused number one. Deceased was having the habit of consuming alcohol thereafter. Therefore, accused number one mixed the poison with beer and gave it to deceased. Having consumed the same, he died on spot. The extrajudicial confession was recorded under section Exhibit P1 by the exhibit prosecution witness number one. Prosecution witness number one, along with the prosecution witness number eight, village assistant reached to the scene of occurrence. Accused number one identified the deceased at the spot. Prosecution witness number one prepared exhibit P2 complaint when the Manikandha police station and produced accused number one before the sub-inspector of the police. Prosecution witness number 15. D. Prosecution witness number 15, sub-inspector of the police, on receipt of the extrajudicial confession, exhibit P1 produced by the prosecution witness, village administrator officer, registered a case crime number 88 of 2009 under section 302 Indian Penal Code, exhibit P20 in print first information report. He sent to report to the higher police officer and to the court. Prosecution witness number 16, inspector of the police, on the receipt of first information report at 11:55 p.m. produced by the prosecution witness number 15, arrest accused number 1 on 30 March 2009 at about 05 hours. Exhibit P22 is the admissible portion of the confession statement. He recorded cyanide pocket materials object under exhibit P21F. Prosecution witness number 16 went to the scene of occurrence and present of prosecution witness number 1 and 8. Prepared observations Makhaja exhibit P4 and draw rough sketch. Exhibit P23. He received material object a beer bottles and a material object number 2 7-up bottles under exhibit P3. Prosecution witness 16 held inquest on the dead body of deceased on 13 March 2009 at 7 a.m. at the government headquarter hospital Richi. Exhibit P24 is the inquest. During the inquest, the examined prosecution witness number 2 to prosecution witness number 5. He sent the dead body to the government hospital Tiruchirappalli to conduct the postmortem through head constable along with the requesting exhibit P12. Therefore, he sent accused number 1 for the judicial remand. G. Prosecution witness 14. The doctor attached the government medical hospital Trichy conduct the postmortem on 13th March 2009 at 11:05 a.m. as per the requisitions of exhibit P12. He found the flowing injury wound, anti-bit mark on the neck, both upper limbs, front and the back, the trunk. The EDs are regular and the base in pale. Postmortem in nature, no external, internal and body wound. Other finding, peritoneum, anti-cavity, MPT, pleural, anti-cavity, MPT, presidium, intact. Vasity, straw, colors, fluid, hair normal in size, microsodium, normal chamber, fluid, flood blood vessels, normal coronary. Patients great vessels, normal the blood, charity rads, lungs, congested larynx, trachea, intact mustia, plea, hyoid bones, intact stomach. Dark brown color, thick fluid, and undigested male feces, alcohol smell with the pungent occur. Mucus, congested occuposes, intact mucus, bluish discolorations, pancreas, intact, pale, daily bladders, full, no stone, omentuck and mesentery intact, normal liver, spilling kidney, congested small intestines, yellow, yellowish chymist, alcohol, small, present mucus, congested amplidex, intact, normal, large intestines, uh, filed with facial material, urinal bladders, intact, empty pelvis, intact scales, schools bone, membranes intact, sensuous, brain vessels, full brain, hepatic present, CSF, clear variables, columns, and the code intact. All others internal organs on PS plate. Exhibit P13 is the postmortem certificate. Preserved he preserved the internal organs and the sample bulb for the chemical examination. After receipt of Exhibit P9, visa report, prosecution witness number 14, doctors give Exhibit P14 final opinion. Doctor opined that disease would appear to have died the cyanide poisoning. Prosecution witness 16 in continuing of his investigation recovering the motorcycles produced by the prosecution witness number under 11 under exhibit P27. Prosecution witness number 10, inspector of police attached to the government fingerprints lab, Trichy, received the information for the inspectors of police. Prosecution witness number 16, he went to the scene of occurrence along with the prosecution witness number 16 on 13th March 2009 at AM. He found the beer bottles, material objects 1 and soft drinks 7-up bottles. Material objects 2, he examined the 2 bottles to find out whether there is no fingerprints available in the said bottles. He found 2 fingerprints only in the beer bottles. Material object 1 which are marked as R1 and R2. He has also taken photographs. He has examined as compared to fingerprints taken from the beer bottles. Material object 1 along with the fingerprints of the deceased, the said fingerprints found not tallied with the fingerprints of the deceased. He also received the fingerprints of accused number 1 and on examinations, prosecution witness number 10 found that the fingerprints of accused number 1 is tallied with the fingerprints of material found in material object 1, beer bottle. He has sent to the report exhibit P17 to investigation officer, the prosecution witness number 16. K. Prosecution witness number 16 on the receipt of postmortem certificate, exhibit P13 final opinion, exhibit P17 serology reports, exhibit P15 comparing report, exhibit P17 certificate of the latest fingerprint examined, exhibit P19 completed the investigation and led to the charge sheet against the accused 24th April 2019. The offense under section 302 read with section 109 IPC.
Wait. if I would like to draw all of your attention on this judgment which Amit ji read. You need to be actually a doctor to read this judgment, because there are so many medical terms and terminology using this. I'll be sharing it again with all of you. Why we are reading this judgment and why we should read the judgment. This is the Madras High Court judgment, Saguntala versus State. It is of 2010. Now, if you go through this judgment, it is under 302. There is a murder case, and this is an appeal actually. Now, this appeal is carried to the High Court. And what High Court has said. Now, see, if you see, this is how many witnesses were examined. This account is also given. How many things are recovered from the place of scene of offense is also given. Also, there is inquest पंचनामा. Inquest का मतलब inquest पंचनामा का मतलब जो dead body होती है उसका पंचनामा होता है. If you read, just look at this exhibit. I'll just color this for you. Exhibit P24 is the inquest. तो लाश होती है उसका पंचनामा को inquest पंचनामा बोलते हैं, inquest report बोलते हैं. ठीक है. Now see, inquest पंचनामा is different, inquest report is different. Inquest report is prepared by doctors. Now see, यहाँ पर उनका जो इंजुरीज था, he found the following injuries. डॉक्टर ने तो so many things are given here. आईज का कलर कैसा था, उनका अनडाइजेस्टेड फूड में मीट पीसेस थे, अल्कोहल का स्मेल आ रहा था, पंजेंट ऑर्डर, म्यूकस था, कंजेस्टेड था. ठीक है. स्कल बोन्स कैसा था, मेम्ब्रेन्स के, साइनसेस, ब्रेन वेसल्स का पोजीशन कैसा है, क्लियर वर्टिब्रेट कॉलम एंड कॉर्ड इंटैक्ट जो उनका था, और इंटरनल ऑर्गन्स का पोजीशन क्या था. एग्जिबिट P13 इज अ पोस्टमार्टम सर्टिफिकेट. एक बार पोस्टमार्टम सर्टिफिकेट हो जाता है तो उसका इंक्वेस्ट रिपोर्ट बना के, और जब उसकी लाश को उसके जो भी रिलेटिव्स हैं उनको दे देते हैं, तो उसको इंक्वेस्ट पंचनामा करके दो लोगों को खड़ा करके बोलते हैं कि हमने आपको आपके जो भी बॉडी है, डेथ बॉडी है, वो दे दी. नो, दिस all we have to read it. This will definitely is going to help you because there is a possibility in a murder trial or in any other matter, maybe 304B matter, when the person is no more, there is a possibility that these things we all have to read it. So it's better we go through the judgment. We'll be reading, going through the judgment again tomorrow, whatever remaining part where Amit ji has left. The new person will start from tomorrow there. I will request the Vandana to give this judgment in the group as well. Now we go to the popular part, that is little bit of vocabulary, legal vocabulary. Now you saw the legal vocabulary does not mean only legal vocabulary. It means also we should be doctor also. We should know everything. Now this is bastion. Bastion is like defending. You all can see my this screen दिख रही है आप लोग को? Now just a minute. Screen is visible, I believe. Last time somebody said me screen is not visible. Now bastion, in every home there is a bastion who take care of all the emergencies. हर घर में कोई ना कोई डिफेंडर होता है, डिफेंड करने वाला, जो सारी इमरजेंसीज का टेक केयर करता है. Contrition, if there is no contrition inside your heart, there is no meaning of apology tendered. Now mostly what happens, कोर्ट में apology tender की जाती है. So they one good word. Sometimes they say sorry only for the sake of saying. If unless there is a पछतावा नहीं है, आपको पछतावा नहीं, बुरा नहीं लग रहा है, there is no contrition in your inside your heart, आपके हार्ट के अंदर नहीं, there is no meaning in tendering apology just for the sake of tendering कि आपको कंटेम्प्ट में सजा ना हो. सस्टेनेबल, एवरीबडी नोज द मीनिंग ऑफ सस्टेनेबल, जो ऑब्जेक्शन चल जाता है, जिसकी जो चलाने लायक है. The cloth bags for daily, but here I will use in different way. The cloth bags for daily uses are really wonderful and they are quite sustainable. जो clothes bag होती है वो बहुत wonderful होती है and they are sustainable. If I hate plastic, I will be using the cloth bag, which I do. Now sustainable का मतलब, now see, हाँ, तो this position is sustainable, this objection of the client is sustainable. In that sense, we have to use that. If you must have objection is ruled out, objection sustained, ये बहुत कुछ use किया जाता है फिल्मों में, normally कोर्ट में बहुत rarely use होता है. Diversion, diversion, you know, different. The diversion views taken by various high courts was settled by in the present judgment, and all the controversies surrounding it was put to rest by the Supreme Court. There is a possibility in one high court will say something else about COVID, another high court will something say about COVID. Now, in or some let's say something about the LIC policy or Aadhaar card. One high court is saying something else, another high court is saying something else. In this position, what happens? The matter is taken up by the Supreme Court, and all the different divergent, different views of the High Court is put to settle by a judgment of the Supreme Court. Okay, and so controversy is resolved. कि अलग-अलग High Court अलग-अलग बोले, कौन से High Court का माने हम बात. Now next is perceptible. The changes in her nature were perceptible since she came back from foreign visit. मतलब दिखने लायक है, just visible, glaring. उनका जो changes आया foreign visits के बाद, वो it can be seen. She came from foreign, it could really be seen. Avenue, avenue का मतलब मालूम है सबको, रास्ता होता है. The only avenue to get to top is to work hard and sincerely. अगर आपको लाइफ में आगे जाना है तो क्या रास्ता है? Only to work hard and sincerely. Inordinate, अभी inordinate मतलब बहुत ही ज्यादा, unusual. Normally we use this word with delay. The inordinate delay was well explained by the counsel, and hence the appeal was admitted by condoning delay. अगर उन्होंने delay explain properly किया तो appeal admit हो गई. Proposition, the proposition forwarded by you is not acceptable to my client. अभी हम कई बार हम लोग बोलते हैं फैमिली कोर्ट में, आई एम गिविंग द सेटलमेंट प्रपोजल. The word is the proposition. The proposition forwarded by you is not acceptable to my client. हम लोग कह सकते हैं proposition. So try to use a good word. Buzzword is again a very common word, fashionable जैसा कुछ होता है. But here the meaning is different. There is a buzzword in the society that you both are roaming together. There is a buzzword. ये सब सुनाई दे रहा है बाहर आपको. Empathy. I have always shown empathy and दया बताना to the people who have always been there for me. जो हमेशा मेरे साथ रहे, मैं उनके लिए हमेशा दयालु रहूंगी, graceful रहूंगी. So this is how it is. Okay. So actually it is very simple words, but if you use it, then it is going to give a very good effect in your talking also, in your speaking also, before the court and before your colleague. And this is the way we can improve. How Amitji read one judgment today, which was full of medical terminology words. Now here, when we are using these words, always remember that reading of judgments will enrich with a lot of words to us. And this will, subconsciously will be using it, and it will help us to improve our vocabulary as well. So this was all about, I've written few names. If those people can